So today what we will do is we will just have an overview about Puppet and Ansible. The plan is not go into depth on Puppet and Ansible, but give an overview about what they are and how they can replace Chef. And for Puppet, we are not even going into the configuration side. Actually, both Puppet and Chef are same on the architecture side. So we will just go through this PPT. Then I will show you the different configurations location for Puppet and how it differ with Chef, right? Even Puppet is also a Ruby framework, and Chef Puppet both have a lot of things in common. The only difference with Puppet is that there is a single server, that there is no Chef server and workstation, right? In case of Chef, you had a Chef server and you used a workstation in order to manage the Chef server. Inside the Chef server, everything was saved in a binary form, and the actual configuration file in text form, they are saved in individual people's workstation. They make change in the workstation, later they will upload those changes to the Chef server. That's what you do in Chef. In case of Puppet, it is a single Puppet master, a single machine, the Puppet master. Into this Puppet master machine, you are going to add all the configurations, and it would start managing the nodes in your infrastructure. So whatever configuration modification that you want to do in Puppet, log into the Puppet server, make the modification as you want, then that's it. Give me a second. All right. So we will take a look at the configurations options in Puppet. Yeah. Actually, this is a PPT that I had downloaded from internet. I didn't have a PPT for Puppet. So I will send you the link. You can download the PPT from this link. Uh, from the slide share, I got this PPT, which is a pretty good one. Yeah, so Puppet. So again, Puppet is it's a Ruby-based coding language using which this Puppet framework is developed, right? And we already discussed why we do not use any custom script or shell script or Python program in order to manage an entire environment. Actually, it is not feasible. That is the reason. If you have to think about, you have some thousand machine in your infrastructure and you are using a shell script in order to manage all thousand machines. Think about, you have to make some change. Maybe you want to add a single machine to your infrastructure. What are all the different change that you want to make in your shell script? Later you decided that you want to add a new software component into your infrastructure, right? So using managing those things using a shell script, it would be something like, it's too complex. You cannot, you need to have hundreds of shell script, but still you have no idea where each script are located and where you can find these scripts at all. So managing the big infrastructures using scripting is not a option. That is why we are using these config management tool, Chef, Puppet, or Ansible. Okay, so this is how you set up the chef master server. Like I said, there is chef master and chef slave machine. Chef master is nothing but the machine where you are saving the Puppet configuration. The configuration about your infrastructure you would save in the Puppet master. Puppet slave are nothing but the machines that are part of your infrastructure, which will look into the chef server. It will find out the checklist which is assigned to them. Then it will run those checklists inside each machines. These are Puppet slave machines, and this is the Puppet master. So for configuring the Puppet master, this is what you need to do. For installing Puppet master, this is the command apt-get install Puppet master would install Puppet master in your system. Then you need to configure the DNS name for your Puppet master. You can give any name, let's say call Puppet master, or you can even give something like puppet.example.com. Right? Give a fully qualified domain name like puppet.example.com, which is nothing but you will point this name to the correct IP address of your Puppet master. Auto sign equal to true. What it means is agent join request for the timing. Basically, when a Puppet slave machine want to connect to the master, the master will allow everyone. It will allow every Puppet agent to sign in. That's what I mean by auto sign is equal to true. It won't ask for any authentications if you set this option. And inside the etc host, I hope you know what is this etc host file. We already discussed it when we learned. Did we discuss this? Actually, I'll tell you what is etc host. Etc host is a file using which you can point a name to an IP, right? Generally, what do you use to point a name to an IP? DNS. You always use DNS whenever you want to point a name to an IP. But for only for your laptop, you want this name to be pointing to this IP. Then you can simply edit etc host file inside your laptop or inside your EC2 machine and make the changes like this. So for that particular machine, Puppet Master is a DNS name pointing to this particular IP. So in case I'm using MacBook, I open etc host file. In Linux and Mac also has this etc host file. I'm going to edit this host file. And as you can see, there's an entry localhost. I am pointing localhost to 127.0.0.1. Now, if I try to ping localhost, let's say I run this command ping localhost, you can see I am actually connecting to the IP 127.0.0.1. Or maybe I would put something called google.com also I am putting here. Localhost as well as google.com I am pointing to 127.0.1. Now I try to ping google.com. You can actually see it is pinging to 127.0.0. So basically, and as you know, this settings apply only for my laptop. In this case, only in my MacBook or inside your EC2 machine, you are making this change. That change will be applied only to your EC2. So etc host is a file that using which you can actually point a DNS name to whatever IP that you want to. So I'm removing google.com. Now I ping google.com. Google.com will point to the its correct IP. Mm-hmm. It's not yet. Okay, I did not remove it. Let me remove it. Yeah. Now we ping google.com. Google points to its actual IP. So using a etc host file, you can actually point a DNS name to an IP. So basically, you are using Puppet Master as the alternate DNS name for your Puppet server. You are pointing that to the correct IP. In this particular case, the local host itself, local IP. Then inside the etc host name, which is nothing but a file where you can set your host name, you want Puppet Master to be your host name. You can open this file and add this entry there. Okay, great. So that's it. And since you already installed Ansible, you can verify by running this command ps-ef. You can see an entry for Puppet space master. You would see a process called Puppet when you run the ps-ef. Command. Okay. Now let's say in the Puppet agent machine, what you're going to do is you need to install Puppet by running this command apt get install Puppet, and server is equal to Puppet. Basically, you are mentioning what is the Puppet server. So what you need to do is create one EC2 machine, set this as the Puppet master, and assume the IP address of the machine is, let's say, 10.10.10.15 is the IP address of the Puppet master. Then you create one more machine. This is going to be your Puppet slave or Puppet agent. Inside this machine, you need to tell where is your Puppet master. This is the IP, right? 10.10.10.15. So that is what you are mentioning here. Inside the agent, first you need to install the Puppet package. Then inside the puppet.conf file, you will mention to which server Puppet agent will connect to. It will connect to Puppet. You did not specify the IP directly here. If you want, you can, but you mentioned the name here. So the name you should point to the IP 10.10.10.15, right? So what you would do is inside this etc host file of this particular machine, you will add an entry. It start with this IP followed by the DNS name. So add this particular entry inside the etc host file of the agent machine. Then automatically Puppet will point to the name. Puppet will point to this IP only for the slave machine, right? Does not apply to the other machine. So that's how I am doing that. First, what I did is I created a name called Puppet inside etc host file, pointed the name Puppet to the correct IP address of the Puppet master. Then I used that name inside my puppet.conf as the master server IP. Then the host name also I am modifying to make it change. So now if you run the command ps-ef, you can see there is a process called Puppet agent, Puppet space agent, you can see here. So these are the steps you need to follow in the master, and these are the steps you need to follow in the slave machine. Okay, right. The next thing what you want to do is there is a folder called manifest inside etc puppet. Inside that you would find a file called site.pp, which we will talk about this file later. And this is how you are defining nodes inside this particular file. Inside site.pp, you can actually define the nodes. Node default is something we will see later. Yeah. And now run this command puppet agent hyphen test, which would actually show you if it is connecting successfully to the master. Okay. And you are getting this error finished catalog run. What it means is it is looking good. Okay. Puppet agent catalog run. Okay, basically what are the available certificates inside the Puppet master? You can run this command puppet set list hyphen all. It would show you you have one agent which is nothing but agent one. Then there is Puppet master, and these are the fingerprints of the certificates of individual machines. Okay, let's forget it. Okay, now we will take a look at the architecture side of Puppet. So in Chef you have cookbooks, right? In Chef you have different cookbooks. In case of Puppet, it is nothing but modules. Inside module you will have multiple modules, for example Apache, Nginx, MySQL, like that. You can have different modules folder that you can create inside modules folder. So inside modules folder you would create a new folder for the module. Okay, inside each module you would find these different folders and files. There's a folder called manifest, templates you already, it's same template in Chef. Templates is a folder in which you can actually create some templates. Okay, files is nothing but folder, the same purpose as Chef. You can keep some files and folders inside this files folder, which will in fact get copied to the client nodes. Facts.d examples, so these are different folders. We will take a look at this. So first we will see what are these different folders. Okay, the manifest is one folder that contains a set of files. One is init.pp, which contains the class definition that we will take a detailed look. Other class.pp, 4.php, contains class name here module. Templates, we will come to this manifest in detail. Actually, that's what we are going into. I need to take a look what is init pp. Templates is same. Actually, basically you can create some template file inside your Puppet Master. The same syntax as Chef, right? Put a less than symbol percentage, then put the variable name, then close, then again under percentage symbol, then close the bracket. So the same syntax that you used in Chef, right? You can have the same template in Puppet, the ERB file, the file name.erb. Then inside that you can actually write your templates. This template would later be used in order to generate files that Puppet Master may want to copy to the agent, that we will see. And then you have the files folder that you already know what it is. It is nothing but the folder that contains a number of files which later be copied to the client nodes. Facts.d contains external facts which are alternative to Ruby based custom facts. Not sure about that. Examples, contain account showing, yeah. Specs, lib plugins. Okay, fine. So let us take a look at the templates. Let's take a look at the templates, how we can create a template in Puppet and how this template can be applied to your nodes. So take a look at your Puppet folder, etc Puppet. Under there is a folder called manifest and there's a folder called modules, and inside the modules you have under manifest folder and templates folder. Here you have your template.erb file inside templates folder. Okay, so we will take a look at this template. So take a look at the file site.pp. Under the Puppet folder you can see a manifest folder. Under the manifest you have site.pp. Inside site.pp, what you are going to do is you are importing the module my server. My server is nothing but a module in your Puppet. Okay, what you are going to do is into the node agent1 you are including my server. My server is nothing but a new module that you have, I mean a module that you have inside the modules folder of Puppet. Got it? So this way it is inside site.pp file you would add the nodes which Puppet Master would manage. Think about the node that you have in your infrastructure, your web001 machine, db001 machine. So for each and every machine, if you are using Puppet, you need to define a node. Then you can include whichever module which you want to include inside that particular agent. You can use this thing, include my server, then automatically that module would be imported to that node. Okay, great. So My server is nothing but a module that you are going to create later. And under the my server there is two folder, manifest and templates. It is inside the templates folder I'm going to keep my ERB file, which is nothing but some template which Puppet want to generate a file from. So let's take a look. Let's come down. Okay, so if you take a look at the init.pp file, which is inside the modules folder, the my server module, under manifest there is a file init.pp. So what you are going to write inside that particular file is the class my server inherits params. Params is another file that you are creating, actually that you already have in the same manifest folder. And from this particular class you are importing to the my server class. So what you are going to do is, from this particular template you are going to create a file called /tem/myname. Okay, using this template you are going to create a file /tem/myname. Okay, so take a look at the params.pp file, and here it is nothing but you are defining two variables. Say hello to guys and girls, my name, welcome file.xml. So these are nothing but two arguments that you are defining inside params.pp. Since you inherit this params also into your my server class, the class would can automatically access the my name. My name is nothing but a variable that you define here. Okay, fine. So come down, and this is how your ERB file will look like. And you know the syntax of a ERB file, right? Less than percentage, then followed by percentage greater than. In between you mention the name. Say hello to. Say hello to is nothing but a attribute that you define inside your params.pp file, which points to guys and girls. Hello, then say hello to. So guys and girls, and I am. My name is nothing but whatever name that you had set here. Welcome file.txt, file.xml. On a, here you put the operating system. This is another variable which is a inbuilt variable which would simply print you the operating system name. Nice to meet you. So run this command now. Simply run this command puppet agent -t from the agent node. Then you can actually see a new file got created. Welcome file.xml file got created with this particular content. Hello guys and girls, I am welcome file.xml on Ubuntu system. Nice to meet you. Right, this is nothing but from this particular template a file got generated, right? And this is the content of the file which is written into this /tem file, which is nothing but, what is /tem file? /tem/ the file name is nothing but my name. My name is nothing but a definition that you have inside your params.pp. So this way, actually the same way you can use chef to copy the template, you can use puppet to copy, generate the files and copy to the nodes. Okay, fine. So sometimes you can even have the loop variables inside your params.pp file. You can even have some loop variables that you can define like this. Members is equal to this IP separated by comma this IP. So this is nothing but a list. Then inside your template you can actually the same way you can use a for loop, something like this. For members, for each values in members assigned to a variable called hostname, which is nothing but the loop variable or iterative variable, which will contain the first IP in the first iteration, followed by second IP, then the third IP. So Basically, for each of this IP, this will repeat. This session would be created. Member end with slash member, and here it is nothing but in the first iteration it would put this IP followed by 4100, then this IP followed by 4100, then this IP followed by 4100. So you can actually see the output, the content of slash them welcome file.xml looking something like this. Okay, on sometimes looping elements in a given, assume you have a looping elements. For example, assume this is like a dictionary, a key value pair 192.168.1.157.6 is equal to for 100 192.168.1.57 is equal to 4000. So this way you are adding some dictionary variables in the loop, and you can actually have two iterative variable this time. Host name points to the IP, port points to whatever port that you mention here. Then you will repeat member is equal to host name, which is nothing but this IP, followed by this port. Then again it will repeat for the other entry also. It would print this IP followed by this port. So in the output it would look something like this. First the first IP followed by the second IP. So this way you can actually loop elements in a given template. So these are the different options that you can uh, something is on the tool. Min.pp. Okay, so basically Puppet modules and templates. That's it. You can search in Google Puppet modules. You will get a list of modules that are available in Puppet. Mhm. We'll just take a look at some other controls. Okay, this way what we can really do is, let's say you want to set up Apache in Puppet. What we can really do is you can download this module into the modules folder of Puppet, and this would explain how you want to use the particular module. For example, yeah, this is one, yeah, this is one task in Puppet which would actually create a server name pointing to this particular port with this as the document root. So what you can really do is, instead of here file dot over here you mention like this, right? Inside, yeah. So inside the my server class you are defining file. File is nothing but a task which would create this particular file from this particular template. Similarly, you can have different tasks that you can define over here. Once you downloaded this module, you can actually define a task called Apache vhost, which would in fact add a new vhost into your Apache. Got it? Apache vhost. Then what else? Okay, so this way you can have modules in Puppet, which is almost similar to the cookbooks that you have inside your chef, right? It would be inside that particular folder. You will have the different folders like file templates, right? And they are located, which you can customize according to your requirement. So that's pretty much about Puppet I wanted to discuss. I just wanted to give you an overview. And Ansible, we will cover Ansible in tomorrow's class, right? Tomorrow we have class at 10. We will have 2 hours of training tomorrow, where we will cover Ansible and also some interview tips, some final preparation for the interview, and preparing your resume, etc. We will discuss tomorrow. And yeah, I will be back to Bangalore from tomorrow. By evening, I will be there in Marthahalli. If anybody want to come and meet me, you can meet tomorrow. Tomorrow or day after, starting from tomorrow, I'm going to be in Bangalore. Yashwant, I did not get a chance to review a document that I will do tomorrow. So, are you done with your interview?
No, Basil. I
When
haven't.
when it's
The
going to be?
client is busy, so could not be possible till now.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Let me know if you hear any news. Otherwise, once I am back tomorrow, I will reply to you.
Yeah, okay,
Mr.
Basil.
Basu, Mr. Basu,
Yes.
one thing I need to ask. Tomorrow you are trying to prepare the resume preparations,
Resume
right?
preparation and some project.
And
How do you explain your project to the interviewer, and some questions that can come in the interview. That's what
okay,
tomorrow it's going to be mainly mainly interview preparation classes.
okay,
Yeah.
okay, okay,
We need, I think, half an hour for Ansible, and
okay,
then we will start with those topics.
okay. Today we have covered the for the puppets. We only see the basics of puppets and what are the puppets module fundamentals. Am I right?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. One thing more, Basil. I wanna ask. Do you get my project of EC2 machine, assignment of EC2 machine?
You send me, right?
Yeah, I already
I
sent
will
on the DevOps training,
Gmail.
Bell Info training link. I already sent it. Yes.
Okay. Okay.
Yep.
I will
Yeah.
will check that. You send it
Okay.
to whom did you send it to?
Belinfotech links. Belinfotech email
Okay, I will.
in in the United
I
States.
got it. I got.
Yes.
I will check that.
Yeah.
Uh, Actually, I'm not the owner of that mail ID, but
Okay.
I will. I will talk to Raj.
Okay. Okay. Uh, okay. Thank you. Is the class is over?
Yeah, we are done.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Cool then. Thank you all. See you. See you tomorrow. Same time. Tomorrow also the
Yeah,
class are going to be at 10 p.m.
Basil. Uh,
Go ahead.
Basil.
Yes. Go ahead.
Yeah, last class video you are uploading now.
It was not uploaded, right?
Yeah, it is not uploaded
I will
actually.
upload it now.
Okay, thank you. Okay.
Sure. Okay. Yeah. Thank you and see you. See you tomorrow. Tomorrow also the time is same 10 p.m. IST. Yeah. Bye.